Shame on Channel 9, shame on Channel 7. You didn't even get a comment from him, yet you still ran the story. Shame on you, trying to run this business into the ground. Welcome, I'm here with a local business owner from Love Crepes, Nick. He's the owner of the business here, and he's here in, is this Drummoyne?
Drummoyne, yeah.
Drummoyne. Last night, there was a very interesting report from Channel 7 and Channel 9. They tried to cover the story about Nick and his company. They were talking about how Nick and his company are anti-vaxxers, and they made him look like he was anti-mask, and it was some of the most intellectually dishonest reporting I've seen in a while. And you don't realize this until you get on the ground and you do what I like to call a Monica Smith, and you actually do some research and journalism, and you actually get the facts. In this report, they had the police knocking on the windows, as you can see. They were knocking on the windows and making it look like this guy we are spying on him. He is a level 5 terrorist. We need to keep an eye on him. Completely outrageous. Completely outrageous. It's completely unreasonable. From meeting Nick and talking with Nick, he is a hardworking taxpayer that works to employ people, that tries to keep them and their families fed, and the purpose of this business is to just keep going. I'm sitting here with Riccardo Bosi, a familiar face, as you guys know. We're not here to push an agenda. The whole reason we are here is a mutual friend of ours reached out to us, and he said, this business owner, Nick, he doesn't want to talk to any other businesses. He doesn't want to talk to the big channels like Channel 9, Channel 7. He wants to talk to you guys. So that's why we're here. We're here to give you a voice, to get your message out, because we think that your message resonates with a lot of other business owners. So as I said, Nick, the Channel 9 and Channel 7 news report, it was very intellectually dishonest. They reported it as if you are an anti-masker, anti-vaxxer, you don't know what you're talking about, and you're trying to threaten the community, the lives of the community. What's really going on? Were you really being threatened by the police?
So firstly, thanks guys, thanks for having me on. I got a phone call from the police. They told me they were actually looking for me because they wanted to see if I was okay. It was very nice of them. They came to my home. They told me that there were news reporters across the road. When they saw the police come into the shop, they followed them in. They took the image of the police knocking on the window. All they were trying to do was to see if I was okay and to see if we were opening soon, so they could be here for the opening to protect if any violence occurred. And I thought that was very nice of them. But then on the news, it made them look like I had done something wrong and they were trying to lock me up, and which is completely wrong, and did not appreciate that at all. And that is why I refused to speak to the mainstream media. And I went straight to you guys because I want to tell the truth so that everyone knows the truth.
What sparked all this, Nick? Why are they coming after you so vigorously? Was there a social media post?
Yes, it was. So when Gladys first introduced the mandatory mask, she did say that, and I remember it clearly, and I've got it, a photo of it. She said, for all indoor venues, we need to wear masks for hospitality staff. Now, as you can see, we're an outdoor venue.
Yeah, I wanted to film outside. I was very disappointed, but it's raining outside. I actually can't film there.
That's right. So, spoke to a few people, actually called Service New South Wales, called the hotline. I asked them, what is the situation with us? Where I described our location, our destination, and they said, you're an outdoor, you do not need to wear a mask. I then explained to my staff that there was no need for them to wear a mask. It was totally up to them. It was their choice. I thought because of our location, we're situated on Lines Road, and passerby, cars driving past can see our shop is fully exposed. So when you're going to have people not wearing a mask, it's going to cause a bit of controversy. And I thought I'd make a post on our Instagram story to explain what we're doing, and so to respect my staff, because the number one priority here is to protect my staff. Now, the first post was to explain that we are an outdoor venue. We don't need to wear a mask, it's our choice. two of my staff wanted to wear a mask, 2 have medical exemptions. Sorry, go. I then explained in our post, we don't judge anyone if they want to wear a mask. The only thing I ask for respect towards my staff, because you need to understand some do have that exemption, and that we do not need to be forced to wear a mask.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to force my staff to wear a mask. I also said that if you do wear a mask, I find it disgusting that if you touch your mask, please sanitize after.
Yeah.
So I then wanted to voice my opinion, my belief, that I believe that being forced to wear a mask is a crime. The wording of it, I do regret it wasn't worded correctly. I didn't put much thought into it, and it caused a public backlash. And I have apologised on our social media. I didn't want to offend anyone, but the point I was making was that the very last post was our love is a message.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of people who work in the industry.
Yeah.
It is a very tough industry. They've had a tough year during COVID. They're looking forward to the new year. A lot of them do work in kitchens. Now they've been forced to wear a mask. And I can see it in their eyes, they're struggling mentally. And what I'm trying to do is raise some awareness for mental health.
Yeah.
I think I do believe COVID's real. It is something we need to deal with, but there's so much focus on COVID and not much focus on mental health. And I saw some statistics that the suicide rate is much higher in Australia than the COVID rate.
That's right.
So I think we need to be aware of that and look after our people. And that's what I'm trying to do here, trying to protect my friends.
Yeah. That's very honourable. I mean, if you think about it, the businesses we've had here and the struggle a lot of people are going through is rough. Riccardo, do you see Nick as having some valid concerns in this? I mean, as a business owner,
the inconsistency of this whole thing. All we need to do is be able to follow the science, follow the logic behind what's going on, and that's not happening. As Nick said, they rang up Services New South Wales to find out what's required. He's following the rules, and he's being jumped on because of it. So it's unclear. Gladys isn't making it clear, or Gladys's people. Now, why is that? Who knows? But I can tell you this: even above Gladys, there's inconsistencies, and there's even a question about the legality of the mask rule. Yeah. Because under the Biosecurity Act, there's a Public Health and Wellbeing Act, and this enumerates the requirements and the steps that must be taken under a pandemic. Now, first of all, a pandemic has to be proven, not just claimed, and it hasn't been proven yet. Whether COVID's real or not is not the question. Whether it was accidentally released or intentionally is not the question. The numbers do not support the claim of a pandemic, so that's step number one. So they've ignored that. Secondly, and this is specific, under section 201.17, subsections 1, 2 and 3, an individual cannot, and this is federal legislation, an individual cannot be forced to wear a mask, to wear protective clothing, or have their movements controlled, unless they're under a control order. Yeah. Now, a control order specifically requires proof that a control order in a court of law that the individual is specifically sick, and the fact that it relates to an individual, not a global claim. So to say everyone must wear a mask is potentially illegal. And so from the highest level down to the worker level, where poor old Nick is just trying to make a buck and look after his people, the inconsistencies are obvious. Yeah. And that creates massive doubt in the minds of a lot of people. And all they want to do is get on with their lives. And yet we've got these lousy politicians that, once again, couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery. Yeah. So no wonder Nick's stuck. Yeah. When they can't even make sure that the laws that they're passing are actually legal. Yeah. You infamously once said that the government couldn't build a pencil. No, wouldn't know how to. Now, if you want to check out the facts on this, go to Advocate Me, where Serene Tafana is running this. She's a lawyer out of Melbourne. She's doing stellar work. Please check the data for yourselves, but you'll find that there are massive inconsistencies in this entire situation. And Australians being Australians, we're doing the righty, we're happy to take one for the team. But this gratuitous and ambit claims made by totalitarian governments with no basis in law is destroying people and their lives and their livelihoods. Yeah. I want to come back to you, Nick, on
what you want. What do you want from us, Nick? I mean, we're here. We're talking about the government bringing these mandates out, but are you seeking clarity?
Yeah, definitely. I want to find out what is the rule.
Okay.
Because I've been told, and I actually rang up Service New South Wales again.
Yeah.
They told me that if you work in a kitchen above a griller,
Yeah.
you're not required to wear a mask.
Okay.
Now
That's pretty clear.
Yes, and that's coming from Service New South Wales, and a lot of my friends have made the same inquiry, and they've said the same thing.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, the police don't know that. The public don't know that. I showed you our shop outside. We have 5 crepe grills. They're running on 220 degrees. I've got 2 crepe chefs that work on there. They're forced to wear a mask. They can't breathe over that mask. Now, I told them that you don't have to wear a mask because the law doesn't require you to wear a mask, but as you can see, we're fully visible to Lines Road. Every car that comes past, we have people taking photos of us.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the uproar if we reopen and my chefs are not wearing a mask?
Yeah.
The media's going to be here with cameras in our face.
Yeah.
So all I want is to make it clear, not just to a business owner,
Yeah.
but to the public.
Yeah.
If it's true, if what Gladys's employee said to me,
Yeah.
right, get it out to the public so there's no confusion.
Yeah.
I need to open up. I'm not going to open up until I know that my staff are safe and they're not going to be harassed. And by doing that, I need Gladys to tell us,
Okay.
yes, we need to wear a mask. No, we can't wear a mask. I will abide by the rules.
Yeah.
I have no problem doing that. But I can't open up until I know that my staff are safe.
Okay. Gladys, this is not a hit piece, all right? This is a direct message for you. Please, can you clarify who can wear a mask, who's obligated to wear one? If you're operating over a hot plate, do you need one? Because we're getting conflicting messages. Nick is just trying to work his way through this, and he's getting conflicting messages. We just need a clear answer on this, and then you can keep on going on, rather than copying this social media mob on Instagram and Facebook, getting really bad Google reviews for no reason. People have probably never bought a crepe here before.
No, they haven't. And they think we're anti-mask. We're not anti-mask. We abide by the law, but we need to make sure that, firstly, that we know the law, but the public also knows the law.
Okay.
It has to be very clear.
Yeah.
I've got people, giving me, my phone's going off every 2 minutes, another 1-star review, 1-star review. People that have never been here before.
Yeah.
It's damaging my business.
Yeah.
It's not nice.
Yeah. And this isn't a franchise. This
No.
isn't like, you're not a part of Macca's. This
No.
is a one store. This
Yeah.
is a grassroots sort of business-owned, one-man sort of operation with his family. It's a family operation, right?
Yeah.
It's enraging. It's enraging, Nick, honestly. And you're keeping it together very, very well. You and your employees, honestly. I don't see what happens behind the scenes, but from what I see, honestly, you guys are doing a phenomenal job in really sticking it to them. Did you have anything else you wanted to say to the public officials?
I just want to say I want to thank everyone for the support. It's been tremendous. Just the messages, the calls, the text, everything. Unbelievable. I cannot open until I know that my staff are going to work in a safe environment. I don't want them to get harassed by the media, by the public. I need to know, Gladys, what is the rule? Please tell me, please tell my staff, please tell the public what is the correct rule. Do we need to wear a mask if we're working over the griller?
Nick, your message is very clear on that. Riccardo, do you have any final messages for the business owners and the people out there that are listening?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Nick's just trying to do the right thing by his staff and by the customers. He's obviously a straight shooter,
Yeah.
but it costs money, and he needs your support.
Yeah.
So share this video, get the word out there, and help not only Nick but other business owners
Yeah.
who are very close to the edge.
Yeah.
And got to keep these businesses going. So share the video, get the word out, get clarification out of Gladys, and let these shops get back to work.
And if you don't mind me having my own bone to pick, shame on Channel 9, shame on Channel 7. You didn't even get a comment from him, yet you still ran the story. Shame on you, trying to run this business into the ground, putting more eyeballs on what's happening in this business to run into the ground, getting people giving him Google references and all of that, so that it brings the the quality of the business down in terms of what people see, because they only see Google reviews. Shame on you. You shouldn't have done this. You are not punching up, you're punching down, and shame on you. With the situation of how people can help you, sharing the video is one thing. People should also follow your Instagram, Facebook, anywhere else you're on. I'm sure you're going to put an announcement when you do open up, and I think once that happens, a lot of people are going to want to put a lot of support around you. But we'll share that once that comes out. But Nick, I wanted to thank you for your time. Hang in there. There's a lot of good people, just like in Victoria we saw with Harry's, which Monica Smith covered really well. There's a lot of good people that will help you and are sending you the messages, as you saw. And I just wanted to say thank you and hang in there, mate.
Thank you. Thank you guys, you did a really good job. Hopefully other people can get to know these guys. I've been following you guys for a long time and love your work.
Awesome. Thanks for your time. Cheers.
Thanks, mate.